Got that one like. No views. Interesting. Y'all meant to get up in here. First thing I'm gonna do is issue this correction. Yo, good morning, folkers. Y'all know what it is. Tyrant's Bane, AKA Snapzilla Gorilla. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Kind of a beautiful day in SoCal. You know what I mean? We got slightly blue skies. Not as blue as they were in the 80s, but you know what they've been doing since at least the 80s to the sky. So Anarchy Television was good. Christopher Alexander, yo, what's up, man? Rain after. Oh, it's raining where you are? Yeah. Not quite yet here in Cali or SoCal. So yeah, man. How y'all doing this morning? It was good. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know where I am. Never hiding. Got my 80 plus pounds on me. Doing my thing, you know. No cap. No cap. What the fuck is that? Like, who came up with that? No cap. Gotta keep it moving, man. Who came up with that no cap stuff? Like, shit. I remember when it used to be no fronting, you know what I mean? No extras. So yeah, let me start with this correction, man. Now this doesn't change. This correction is not gonna change my overall outlook on the pokies, right? But I had to issue this correction because, you know, I was wrong. And, you know, when you're wrong and you know you're wrong, you got to make it right. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I took biology courses, you know what I'm saying, in college. And I knew, you know, my major was geology. And, you know, biology was an acceptable prerequisite. So I decided to take that. But anyway, I knew what, you know, I learned what mRNA does, right, in the cell. I know what it does. I know where it comes from. And, you know, but when in regards to the pokey, I got the relationships wrong. You know what I'm saying? I miss, you know, I got the relationships wrong, basically. What mRNA is messenger RNA that comes from your DNA. All right. So what happens is your DNA releases a strand, a gene, basically through transcription. But what happens is, you know, it takes that strand, and that strand becomes messenger RNA. And that messenger RNA goes out of the nucleus, right? Because your DNA is in the nucleus of the cell. It gets released from that nucleus, and it goes up to the ribosomes in your cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the stuff just outside the nucleus, but inside the cell membrane. And what happens is the messenger RNA gives the instructions to the ribosome, right? So the mRNA does not give the instructions to the DNA, right? The DNA gives the instructions to the ribosomes via the messenger RNA. So technically, hold on. If you go by what, Pfizer and Moderna, if you go by what they say about their pokey, which isn't really a pokey, right? It's not really a snap. A snap is when you take weakened or dead organisms, put it in your body so that your body can attack it and create antibodies. And what creates the antibodies are your B cells, right? Not your T cells, not your cells, but the B cells. The B cells create antibodies to fight whatever thing is floating around in you that's not supposed to be there. So that's how it works, right? That's what happens with an actual V, right? An actual snap. Well, this mRNA technology, they're not hokey pokeys. You understand? They can be used in other applications. Because not just to fight, disease, but to also, do other things like, they use it to create the type of child you want if you want to manufacture a child in a lab. You know what I'm saying? Them couples that can't have no kids, or couples that want specific type of kids. You can use it to build organs, all kind of shit, right? In a lab. So mRNA is not just the pokey. It's not an actual pokey, man. So what happens is they send this mRNA into your body through your cells, right? Into your muscles. So muscle cells. What happens with the muscle cells is somehow, I don't know how, but they inject it into your muscles, right? Somehow the mRNA, the artificial mRNA, by the way, artificial mRNA, somehow gets into your cells and writes instructions to the ribosomes, completely bypassing your DNA. I don't know how it gets into the cell. You know what I'm saying? Somehow it has to get into the cell. It has to be accepted into the cell, or has to go into the cell. I don't know how it does that. You know what I'm saying? Because mRNA that is produced naturally by your body is already in the cell. It comes from the DNA inside the nucleus. It comes out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm where the ribosomes are. I don't know how the fucking mRNA, this artificial mRNA, I don't know how it fucking gets into your cytoplasm through the cell membrane. I have no idea, because the cell membrane is not like a fucking sponge, right? It's not just any old thing willy-nilly come to my cells. No. You know what I'm saying? There's receptors and whatnot that have to match up with your cells. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your cells have things that certain things get in through certain pathways in your cells. I don't know how the fuck they got the mRNA to do that. That's something that I would have to research a little bit more. But so you might want to say, okay, the people that get these pokies are not GMO, but I still stand on that. I still believe they're GMO, because even though the mRNA doesn't go into your, so they say, even though it doesn't go into your nucleus of the cell and tinkers with the DNA, it's still a artificial strand of your DNA. It's still an artificial gene strand, you know what I'm saying, that they put into your cells and has your cells creating shit that your body is not supposed to create. So I still stand by the GMO. Even though the way it happens, I misrepresented it a little bit, it's still, to me, you're still GMO, because even though it's not your, RNA, it's still RNA. They had to create it somehow, you know what I'm saying? And it's doing things to your cells that's not supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To me, it's still genetic modification, because now your cells are creating shit, using mRNA. Fuck that. I still stand by that, Oh, what's up, Sunshine? How y'all doing? How you doing? She in the building. I'm from government. I'm here to help. Exactly. Yeah. The 9 most frightening words in the English language. So mRNA, hey, it's artificial and it doesn't go into the nucleus, but fuck it. It's still modifying your cells. It's still modifying components of your cells to do shit that it's not supposed to be doing. Using artificial gene expression. That's basically what it's doing. So fuck that. It's still GMO. I don't care what nobody say. There. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna make sure, if I have knowledge that I'm wrong, I can be corrected, and I'll correct myself. You know what I'm saying? If you guys witness me saying some incorrect shit, y'all can do the same. I ain't got no problem with that. Y'all know I love healthy discourse, you know what I'm saying? Unlike some people. I enjoy healthy discourse, and that's how the world's supposed to work. Healthy discourse is what will make the world run smoothly. When you censor and try to shut people down because they have an opposing viewpoint, it's not good, right? And anybody that would push censorship or try to downplay the level of censorship that's going on, like this fucking clown, the clown shoot Lucas, like he tries to like downplay the level of censorship. Oh, well, censorship must, like, dude, censorship is censorship. I don't care what you say. I don't care how dangerous you say the language is. You know what's funny? When it comes to that, when they talk about dangerous language in regards to the pokey and all this other stuff and how we feel about the pokey, the real people, the real freedom lovers, how we feel about the pokey, how we feel about the level of danger presented by Modelo 19, all that type of shit. They want to say that's dangerous because we're questioning the narrative. We're questioning the motivation. We're questioning the mere existence of what they say exists. We're questioning all this other shit. We're trying to find what makes sense, right? We're trying to put 2 and 2 together. We're trying to connect the dots. They call that dangerous. They call that dangerous because they don't want other people to get into what we're talking about. They don't want people to see what we're saying. They don't want people to exercise common sense, and they don't want people to encourage people, like me, to exercise common sense. And anybody that would think that that's cool, you got to look at them sideways, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to talk about dangerous content. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, you talking about the pokey in that manner. You talking about the snap in that manner. Oh, you talking about the dust isn't that dangerous. You're talking about efficacy. We can't even point out the waning efficacy of the snap. We can't even do that. Even though, what's her name? Rochelle Walensky, she herself said that it does not prevent you from contracting this thing, right? But we can't talk about it I can't directly talk about it. Rochelle Walensky can. She can use all the right words. She don't have to use no code words. None of that. But the reason she can say it is because she's still pushing it. She's still saying, you still need to get this thing. But we can't talk about it unless we're pushing a certain narrative, unless we're holding up the left-right paradigm lie. Because since these rules came out, guess who still talks about it? Guess who still talks about these things directly and don't get impacted? ABL, Brandon Tatum, these type of people. You know what I'm saying? People that Clown Lucas would hope gets removed so that he can have YouTube all to himself. And like I said, it's not gonna work. These people are still gonna have channels. Now, they might get shadow banned a little bit. They might have their numbers slowed down. But as long as they come out and say shit like they did on Thursday when they had Megan McGlover. If y'all not familiar, Megan McGlover is the one who basically told Joe Biden to kiss her ass when he said he's losing his patience, right? The one that said, you know, Joe Biden is not my pimp, had her on the show. And this is what I'm talking about, inconsistent fools, right? Because they hooping and hollering, including her, about how the government and the president's commit tyranny, but then turn around and say, we are not oppressed in the US. What? How can you sit up here and acknowledge that all this tyranny going on in the land, but still stand up here and say, we are not oppressed in this country? That's that type of shit that keeps them from getting fucking dropped from YouTube. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. Sunshine shares the fact that those Kool-Aids were created and released by major chemical plants, corporations such as Johnson & Johnson, which is notorious for pushing cancer, causing AIDS, is enough for me. Yeah, and I'll tell you what's enough for me, not to have any hokey pokey or Kool-Aid injected into me. And here in a minute. Jay with Open Eyes 4 says, I don't even try to argue about what type of shit is in the shoulder tap. I just look at the simple fact that they're paying you money to take it. For me, it's even simpler than that. For me, the reason I've never taken a hokey pokey, the reason I've never had my children taken, my children have never had a hokey pokey in 11 years, long before Modelo 19. I haven't had a hokey pokey in over 20, in almost 20 years. I was 22 last time I had a hokey pokey. It was a flu hokey pokey, and I almost died. I felt like well, I'm exaggerating. I felt like I was about to die. I had to go to the hospital and everything. I had to go to sick call. That shit destroyed my life. Not destroyed my life, I'm exaggerating. But y'all get what I'm saying. I haven't taken any poke since then. And that was like really the reason. That's the real reason I decided to stop taking them. But I'm gonna tell you why I continue to not take them. Sunshine said I got into a huge argument yesterday with someone in my family I grew and respected about this bull dude is real sick and got the Kool-Aid and is wearing wearing face flags 24/7. Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're still sick. Think about it. Those around got sick from the mess. Anarchy Television, he just posted a link to some mRNA info just to get a little bit more. It's, like I always tell you guys, man, don't take my word for anything. Do your own research, you know, because I'm not going to get it right all the time. And even though I didn't get 100% right about the mRNA, I'm still right about everything else. I feel like I still hold my position. The Habakkuk said, we're having a free will. Why should I be forced to have it? And yet these, at least some celebs, don't have to. Despite there are around 1,000 people each day. David Omanai says, everybody in this chat should share the video I'm about to link. It should wake everybody up that something is off here unless have cognitive dissonance. Yeah, well, that's all you can do. Keep sharing the information. Keep sharing the information. That's all we can do as truthers and freedom lovers. Share the information. Some people will accept the truth. Some people won't. And that's all right. The more you share, the higher the chance more people wake up. So just keep sharing. Don't be discouraged by shadow banning. Don't be discouraged by community guideline strikes. You know, by the way, I have a backup channel with the same name. Same name, different thumbnail. So if one of my mods can find that and post in the link, y'all can go ahead and subscribe to that. Because if this gets taken down, I already got a backup waiting. And I've actually done a couple videos on that channel. Sunshine says, but she signed me out and said if I didn't get the Kool-Aid, then I must wear a face flag. What the F? Thing got a Kool-Aid, but still wearing a face flag. Yeah, it's retarded. Common sense ain't common. Fuck, I need to tighten my shoelaces. My bootlaces. Yeah. So, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons. And these are the only reasons I need. Never mind the ingredients. Never mind any of that. Never mind that it's still experimental. Right? Never mind any of that. And this is for any poke, any snap, any Kool-Aid flavor. The 3 reasons are, 1, it has not been tested for impairment of fertility. 2, it has not been tested for carcinogenic potential. And 3, it has not been tested for mutagenic potential. That's all I need to know. Boom, that's it. I don't need any more information for myself, right? I don't need any of that. That's all I need to know for me not to have some substance put into my body, directly into my bloodstream. I have no other reason that I need than that. And guess what? I don't even need to give you that reason. I don't need to explain to anybody why I feel like I don't want to get the poke. I don't have to explain it to anybody. So the fact that we got these mandates is completely out of line. Anybody that will argue against that, well, they're clowns. Just like the numbskull Lucas. He has a wealth. There's a wealth of information that you can gather from observing the clown Lucas. Like, especially in regards to statist hypocrites. Like, just observe them, right? And you'll see there's so much There's so much. He has a gold. There's a gold mine of bullshit that to interpret while watching The Amazing Lucas, and that's one reason why I keep talking about him, because it never fails. He always comes with some shit that like it just doesn't make sense, right? His level of cognitive dissonance. Hell, you want to talk about cognitive dissonance? That dude. If you look up cognitive dissonance in the dictionary, you'll see the clown shoe Lucas's face. I guarantee it. The hell? Look up. I gotta tie my shoes better. Look it up. You look up cognitive dissonance and hypocrisy, you'll see the Amazing Lucas face right there. This guy did a video on that one basketball player, not Draymond Green, but the other one before him. I forgot his name. But he did a video on him, and how he was talking about, the player was talking about why he didn't want to get the jab, why he didn't want to get poked. Because, you know, he's healthy, he's an athlete, this, that, and the third. He don't need it. You know what I'm saying? He already had Modelo 19 and all this other stuff. Just all these great reasons. All these great reasons he gave for not getting the poke, which he didn't really need to give. Like, it's none of y'all business, right? That's what I would have said. I would have explained it. And the reason I would have explained it, I would have explained why I wouldn't have gotten it as well. Because I want other people to understand why they might not need it. If you're healthy, you're young, you work out a lot, you eat right, you are less susceptible to succumbing to any disease, not just Modelo 19, right? So, I mean, there are diseases out there that are completely debilitating, that, you know, doesn't matter your level of health, you'll still suffer. But Modelo 19 is definitely not one of them. Modelo 19 is not generally a life-threatening disease. It's just not. Modelo 19 is not a terminal illness. All right? So that's why. So this fool, the clown shoe Lucas, says, that's the reason I don't take it. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on, y'all. I gotta send this text message. Anyway, so this fool says, yo, that's why I don't take it. That's why I didn't do it. Really? Really? So now the reason is because you're healthy and young and you don't need it. Now that's the reason. When before, the reason was, oh, I don't like people telling me what to do. Oh, it's inconvenient. Now you want to roll with the reason this basketball player rolled with. The dude's full of shit. Not only that, he says you shouldn't bully people and are doing something they don't want to do. What? But you the same clown who agrees with the mandate. Now people shouldn't be bullied? Which one is it, partner? Oh, you shouldn't bully people and they're doing something they don't want to do. Motherfucker, you agree with it. You agree with the mandates, right? You said that people who don't have the, that haven't been snapped, yo, you're saying that they shouldn't be allowed to go to the hospital with Modelo 19. if they need to. That's what you're saying. Guess what? That's what you called for. And guess what? If they implemented that bullshit, what would that be? Bullying, coercion. The amazing Lucas, as a clown who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, even though he tries his best to sound like he does, he can't even be consistent with his bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who has over 300,000 subscribers, right? Over 300,000 subscribers, even though he had over 400 at some point. This is a fool who has over 300,000 subscribers. Can't even be consistent. Guess what? Mandates are a form of bullying. But now, because this basketball player, I don't know why he changed his tune like that. But it just shows how retarded he is. The dude is retarded. The dude is retarded. Tries to come off as some super smart. He's a case study. That's why it's fascinating to watch, right? Because he was talking about this autism shit. He said there was a meme that shows what the signs of autism are, and it had to do with being analytical, attention to detail, basically like a savant, right? A genius, basically like someone who's out of this world intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And he said he feels like he has all these qualities. He said, I must be autistic. He actually feels like he's this super analytical genius whose level of just intelligence, a level of a level of complicated figuring shit out. Like, he really thinks he's this genius. Like, he is absolutely amazing to watch. But I've never heard anybody call him that. But he's calling himself that. So Shai says, strangers having the nerve to tell me what to do and have no clue what they're talking about. Had a female walking past me while I was in the car. The female told me to put a face flag on the car. Yeah, these people are crazy. These people are crazy. I'd have told her to fucking mind her fucking business. People just need to worry about their own health, right? Worry about your own health, especially if you don't know me. If you're not a friend or family, don't even be concerned about it. And don't try to make me feel like if I don't get snapped, then I'm a danger to you. Because that's damn sure not what it is. Kaylee Pilata says, what are your thoughts on Youngrippa59? I'm going to get to that. Jimmy Nguyen says, yeah. You definitely wearing a faith flag for especially the type of face flag they say is acceptable, like those cotton face flags that don't do shit to stop nothing. Those fucking neck gaiters that they say is acceptable. That shit's not stopping the virus. That's the bottom line to it. Whew. That shit is not stopping the virus. So Sunshine says I have a high IQ and my GPA is 4.0, but I will never feel like I'm a genius, nor do I feel like anyone else is. Knowledge is infinite. Exactly. Man, I didn't even graduate from high school. I got me a GED. I dropped out of high school. You know what I mean? So I knew back then that school was bullshit, right? The public school system, the public indoctrination program. I knew it was bullshit since I was a teenager, yo. Like, I'm a high school dropout. You know what I'm saying? The grade that I had the highest GPA in was when I was in the 9th grade. I had like a 3.9. That was because I actually enjoyed the 9th grade, not because of academics, but because I was in the choir. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed my French class. There was certain shit about 9th grade, about the teachers. That's really what it was for me. My teachers were really good. They had me engaged because you could tell they actually care about the students. But after the 9th grade, the public school system, the public indoctrination program, is just a mill, right? It's just a mill where they create subservient human beings, right? They mold your impressionable brain into becoming a follower and a slave to the system. You know, that's what the public indoctrination program does. That's why I homeschool my children. That's why I homeschool my children, y'all. Because I will not allow my children to be molded in the public indoctrination system. I ain't gonna let it happen. My kids are gonna be molded and shaped by me and my wife. You understand? Me and my wife are gonna be responsible for my children's education, point blank and period. And I understand some people can't do it, but I ensured that I was in a position to allow my wife to stay home with the children while I homeschool, no matter what. Like, I was never in a position where I was like, I never feared that I would have to send my children to school. I was never like, oh, now you got to go to work, blah, blah, blah. We both have to work. No, I made sure I was able to handle everything at home. Well, not at home, but I ensured that I was able to allow my wife to take care of things at home. You know what I mean? Take care of my children's education, and stay home. That's her job. It's a full-time job already. So I'm making sure that she's raising my children to be warriors. Well, I'm raising them to be warriors, but she's raising them to be warriors in the mind. You know what I mean? They know about the history. They know shit about history that most kids aren't gonna learn about in school. And it doesn't matter what school they go to, even one of these Hotep schools, right? Because the Hotep schools still have to, they're still beholden to the state. Whereas how we do it, we use whatever curriculum we want. Whatever curriculum that we choose, that's what we're teaching our children. You know what I mean? And we have a wealth of information on the internet, you know, a wealth of information that we have, you know, so that's important to us. Kaylee Pilata says, how are face flags not preventing the spread of that thing that she just mentioned? Well, because it's not. It's not. Because especially those cloth masks that, listen, if you can smell a fart through those masks, if you can smell someone's bad breath through a face flag, then it's not stopping a tiny virus, right? So what you're smelling when you smell bad breath is bacteria. If the bacteria can get through the mask, so can something that's at least 200 times smaller. Well, 40 times to 200 times smaller than the smallest bacteria is not going to be stopped by that face flag. Okay? People still get sick. People still get Modelo 19 when they wear the face flag. That's just the bottom line to it. As a matter of fact, there was a study done. By the CDC. Well, it wasn't done by the CDC. It was reviewed by the CDC that showed, and I talked about this months ago. And if I can find the link, I'll put it in the description when the video renders. But I have that somewhere, so I should be able to do that. It showed that 71% of people who are hospitalized for Modelo 19 always wore a mask. Always. Not never. Always. That means everywhere they went, outside the house, inside, they always wore a mask. Right? 71% of those hospitalized with Modelo 19 always wore a face flag. Whereas 71% or 4% of people hospitalized, good morning, 4% of people, 4%, not 4-0, 4% of people hospitalized for Modelo 19 never wore a face flag. Never. That means they didn't wear a face flag no matter what. No matter where they went, who they were around, they never wore a face flag. 4% of those hospitalized with Modelo 19. So what does that tell you? Because look, man, even if you inhale, let's say somebody's breathing around you, boom. Somebody around you has Modelo 19, you not wearing a face flag, and you contract it, right? You get it inside of you. If you don't wear a face flag, your body has an opportunity to get rid of it, right? Through just regular breathing. Let's say you go exercise, right? But if you're wearing a face flag, you're stopping your body, you're stopping your respiratory system from doing the thing that it's supposed to do, right? Which is get rid of waste, take in oxygen, and get rid of waste, including bacteria, including bacterial waste, including viruses, air pollutants, all that type of shit. That's your respiratory system is an open system. It's not a closed system. When you put that face flag on, it becomes a closed system. Even though you can still breathe in these particles through your mask, there's a lot more coming out, right? Your body gets rid of waste through the respiratory system, through respiration. You know what I mean? And that includes viruses, bacteria, metals that you can get out, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But when you put a face flag on, even though a lot of this shit gets out through the face flag, a lot of it stays on the face flag, right? And you're breathing it back in. You're not allowing the CO2 to be released. Also, you have CO2 that you have to expel. And when you put that face flag on, you're hindering the expellation or the exhalation of that CO2. Is getting more CO2 is getting trapped in that face flag, and you're breathing that shit back in. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of problems with wearing a face flag. Now, if you don't have a face flag with an exhalation valve, because some face flags, you can have an exhalation valve, and that makes it a little better. But what you really need, if you really want to stop, if you really want to prevent yourself from taking in this so-called virus that they're talking about with a face covering, you really need a full face mask with an oxygen tank. You understand? That's what you need, with the filter and the oxygen tank, a pure oxygen tank, so that you're just but you're not going to do that. That's not practical. It's better just to not have the face flag on, exercise, eat right, do the things that your body needs to help it fight diseases, to fight foreign invaders like that, you know what I mean? So, I know that's a long little explanation, but it is what it is. What's up, OA Deuce? People, Jay Wood Open says, people really think we have a failing education system. No, it is not exactly what it's meant to do. It's an indoctrination camp. Exactly that. They don't even teach how to grow food. No, they don't. You got to go to college and take horticulture classes. Sunshine said, I went to private school from kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. Then I went to an academy. Nothing from those books were truthful except for the math and science. That's really to me, that's all you need like instruction from someone. Listen, if my wife, because my wife is pretty good at math, so she understands pretty much math all the way up to damn near calculus, so she has that covered. But I'm finna come up if there's things that she don't understand, we can get a tutor, and and my wife, well, guess what, my wife will be right there to monitor that tutor and make sure that tutor ain't spitting no socialist bullshit. And by the way, Republicans in the Republican Party are also socialists, so don't get it twisted. All these motherfuckers are socialists. Derek C. Williams was goody. Sunshine says, right, people don't even think about it this way. Wearing a face flag is the equivalent to being in a bubble. Those who must live in a medical bubble have absolutely no immunity to any. Yeah, so they go outside their bubble, they're fucked. Darcy Williams says, at LA Fitness right now, on the guest pass, Burpee Save Lives in the listening mode. Late to the party, but greetings to Snapzilla Gorilla. Listening to you live on YouTube from Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. That's what's up. 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30. That's the math for there. That's funny. Yeah. What time is it? Making good time. Oh, shit. What? 8:39. Good time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do 2 laps. I usually do 3, but I'm gonna do 2. Well, I might do 3. Depends on when I get done with the second. Get my drills on. Get my Muay Thai and boxing drills on in the circle up top before I head out. Tomorrow, I'm gonna start doing my ruck PT. That's a whole different ball game. I definitely can't do ruck PT with 80 pounds. So I'm gonna have to drop it to about 40 pounds, do my ruck PT. Anyway, so I'm gonna get in this Youngrippa thing, man. Now, I thought Youngrippa was like a gamer, so I never really paid attention to his channel. You know what I'm saying? And then like somebody told me that I remind them of Youngrippa or some shit, or and I'm like, man, I don't know who that is. And because that person told me that, I was like, I'm gonna stay away from Youngrippa, because if he sound like me, I don't want to start sounding like him or whatever. Not to say that he watches my channel, he, copies me, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He has over 300,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure he probably had never seen my channel before. But, I try to stay away from listening to people that think along the same lines as me, because I don't want to adopt too many of their talking points. I want to have my original thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to, and it's nothing against them. I subscribe to them. I subscribe to these channels, but I try to I like to watch people that don't think like me. I watch those people more, because it sparks something in my mind. Like when I hear something, when I hear dissenting voices, it really gets my brain firing. You know what I mean? It really gets my brain firing. I enjoy it. I feel like it's a challenge, right? Because even people with great talking points, if I don't agree with it and I know it's bullshit, if I can find a way to navigate that bullshit and destroy their argument with my sound argument, I know that I just met a challenge. You know what I mean? So I really don't like watching people who has similar views as me and thinks along the same lines. But I watched basically my first full video that didn't have to do with him talking about movies and woke culture and movies and shit like that. That's usually what I was hearing him talk about, and not even at full length, because I'm not interested in knowing what people get. People coming at the movie industry, the entertainment industry for being woke. That's there's nothing we can do. I mean, fuck the entertainment industry. That's all I can say about that. Just like with schools. If you have a problem with your school, if you have a problem with the public school system, pull your kids out of school. Anyway, so I watched a video with him talking about, damn, I forgot exactly what the subject was. But what really sparked my interest and what really made me think of him is like a good dude. I think he's on point. He was talking about decentralization of the government, and I've been talking about that for years. So he's talking about decentralizing. Oh, right, because he did a video on Governor Nuisance, right? My California Governor Nuisance, and how he's mandating the SNAP for kids from K through 12. All right, so he is mandated. He put out an executive edict, right? An executive order saying that children in K to 12 have to get snapped for them to go to school. And of course we know that's bullshit. We know that's a kingly edict. We know it's unlawful. We know that that's his way of, that's his revenge for the attempted recall, right? And I told y'all that. I told y'all that he was going to seek vengeance. You know what I'm saying? He was going to seek vengeance for the recall. I mean, he said it in so many words, right? He was basically like, "Oh yeah, now we can get back to business. Oh yeah, we gonna come hard with these restrictions now." And this was just one of the steps towards that. I told y'all he's gonna seek vengeance for the recall. And he was talking about that, Youngrippa was. And then he got into this is why we need to decentralize government. But it can't stop with the federal government, right? Y'all know what I say. I say start with the feds to start, and then go back to state sovereignty and work your way from there. But when you go to state sovereignty, you have to ensure that the people have the power, right? The power is in the people, not the state. The state is not a being, right? It's not a living being. A state is a piece of land. But there's two different states. There's a state of mind, and there's a state of being, a state of mind, and a geographical location, right? When the Constitution talks about the state, it's not talking about the geographical location. It's talking about the constituents, the people that make up the population of that state, right? And as far as a state of being free, a state of, like a governor of a state should not be the ruler of the state. You understand what I'm saying? It should be the representative, and that's what this all was supposed to be about. Even if you're an executive, you're still chosen. You're still the chosen executive through the democratic process, right? And this is why I have a problem with the democratic process, because they feel like, oh, well, this governor was voted on democratically, therefore he has legitimate authority over everybody. That's where it's a problem, right? You're not electing leaders. I hope y'all know that. Y'all are electing dictators and rulers. There's a huge difference. I always talk about the difference between leadership and dictatorship, but there's a complete difference. But he was talking about that. He was talking about the centralized government, and then he was he was talking shit about Republicans and Democrats alike. And I was like, man, okay, bravo, this guy is on point. He knows what's up. So, I think I might watch a little bit more of his shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what? It's hard not to sound like me when you're for truth and freedom, because it's so simple. It's hard to be original. When you're talking about freedom, it's hard to be original. It's hard because when you're free and you're speaking the truth, it's not about coming up with fancy phrases, catchphrases. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that, right? Not for me. You have to be cut and dry when it comes to freedom. And it's hard to be like, super original, because people who are truly for freedom, people who are truly about spreading truth and, truth to power, speaking truth to power and all that shit, they all sound alike. It's just a reality. Whereas if you're a statist, you can sound original, because half of the shit you're saying, you're pulling out of your ass. You don't really believe it. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to kind of manipulate the words. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to make it a gimmick, basically, right? When you're speaking truth to power and you're about freedom, it's hard to be gimmicky. So yeah, you start sounding like other people who are the same way. Oh, you sound like that guy. That guy sounds like you, this, that, and the third. Like, it's just, but it's real shit. I don't care. Honestly, it's hard to not sound like somebody who is really about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeshua Turner said, I never knew who Governor Gavin Newsom was until this year, and now I already see how much of an evil man he is. Yeah, he's wilding. Sunshine says, that tyrant, how long do you think it will take for those who took the Kool-Aid to start dropping? I have no clue. I can't tell you, Sunshine, because I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about the cocktail itself to even speak on that like that. I know I hear things like, you know, I know I hear people are going to start dropping like flies. People who take the pokey are going to start dropping like flies. I hear that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if they ever will. You know? And that's the point. Is I don't know. You know? You don't know if you'll die the following day after getting it. And that's the thing about it. Because I don't know enough, because I don't know what it'll do to me, because I know it hasn't been tested for impairment of fertility, carcinogenic potential, and mutagenic potential, I can't take it. It doesn't matter to me. These people will blindly have this shit put into their bloodstream through their intramuscular shoulder bullshit. Just because the government and the CDC and CNN told them that everything's fine, and even Fox News. Oh, it's perfectly safe. Oh, it's perfectly safe. It's perfectly efficacious. But they want to act like, you know, they say 0.6% of people suffered, you know, adverse effects enough to end up in the hospital, right? 0.6% or something like that. Oh, well, it's just 0.6%. Dude, I don't give a fuck if it was 0.000000006%. I don't care. What I do know is that young boys, young men from ages 17, 16, all the way to my age are suffering from pericarditis, myocarditis. I know that women are getting blood clots. I know this stuff. Even though YouTube will tell you it's misinformation, it's not. They'll tell you it's misinformation just so you don't talk about it. Just so they can have a reason to remove you for talking about it. But it's not misinformation, it's real shit. You know? The short-term effects are bad enough. People are dropping from the short-term effects. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at what they consider to be fully hokey-pokeyed, fully snapped, right? You're not considered fully snapped until you wait 2 weeks after you have the second poke. 2 weeks after the second snap, that's when they can consider you fully snapped. And with the Johnson & Johnson, the Janssen, the whatever it is, it's one snap, but it's still 2 weeks. So if you end up in the hospital after getting snapped within 2 weeks, you're in the hospital. You're not considered snapped. You're considered unsnapped, and they'll blame it on Modelo 19. So it's just too much manipulation. I don't know. I can't answer that question. What I do hear is that in so many months, this will start happening. Once people start getting the flu snap, you know, it'll interact with the Modelo 19 snap and will cause issues. I couldn't really tell you. Blasphemy Autumn says the drops could be unique as comorbidities. Many are dropping and not being reported accurately via their VAERS. Yeah, exactly. Especially if it's within 2 weeks of getting the poke. Oh, they're inclined to not blame it on the poke at all. Yeah, now they need 3. Yeah, so Jimmy Nguyen says, I remember the old YouTube CEO can let us do whatever we want like cussing, posting stupid stuff, listening to people like you, but that's just whatever it is. Now it's all about their tube, exactly. Sunshine says, and they said they want to keep those who already got the snap to continue to get the snap every few months. It's a never-ending story. You'll be taking a snap until your dying day. My mother got the third snap. And I'm pretty sure her and her husband did it just to prove a point, because that's what they like to do. My sister posted a video of her coworker she posted it on our group text. A video of her coworker having a magnet stick to his arm after he got the jab. And, you know, my mother is like, oh, that's not true. That's bullshit. Even though my sister was standing right there holding the magnet up to his arm, and then she held it up to her own arm, and the magnet didn't stick. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why some people are having magnets stick to them. Can't really speak to that. What's up, Black Spring with Autumn? But a week later or so, my mother gets the third jab, and then posts a video of her holding a magnet up to her arm and the magnet not sticking. Now, I think she did that. What the hell, man? I think she did that just to prove my sister wrong. I think she went and got the third jab just to prove my sister wrong. Just to prove that magnets don't stick to people's arms after they get snapped. That's the type of person my mother is. Just super petty. Sunshine asks, are there chips in the snaps? I have no idea. No clue. I'll tell you about this video I saw, though. I saw it on, somebody posted it, one of my Facebook friends. It was not Gab, but Parler, one of those platforms where this guy, I forgot his name. But damn, this I forgot his name. Fuck. He had a doctor come on to his show because she sent him photo images of the contents of the jab vials, right, for the Modelo 19. The Modelo 19 snap vials. They examined it, right? She had a lab examine the contents, you know, and she sent images and to this guy. Now, she said it was from Modelo 19 snap vials. I have no idea what the truth is, but what I saw the pictures, pretty disturbing. There was this like tentacled creature in there, this little tentacled creature, some metal parts, metal filaments, a bunch of spherical structures, shit like that. That shit she said that she had never seen before. I forgot what this guy's name is, but that's what she said was in there, and she showed pictures. It looked kind of crazy. She said that she put some edging or something, or glass, up next to the tentacled creature or something like that, and it was like it was self-aware, and it was moving around and shit like that. It was like moving on its own, moving its tentacles. Shit was crazy. But she said that was in the one of the snap vials. So I don't know, man. For me, I need a little bit more evidence than that to actually believe that that's what's going on. But it could be. It could be. Far be it for me to say that it's not true. I can't say it's not true. I can't say it is true. But I would like to see a video of her getting the snap vial with the lot number and everything, and going through the whole process of using a compound magnifying whatever thing, what they call that, compound microscope. So she used a compound microscope to look at the contents of the snap vial, and it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's Snapple and chips. That's funny. Jimmy Newton says, watch when people get the third snap. They're going to bring up more variant, more excuse and more tyranny. Yeah. They're gonna make sure we live with this for the rest of our lives. There's Jay with Open Eyes says, I got a video in a vault going over my switch from veganism and how's the trap, especially being that they being promoted by the elite MFs like Bill Gates, and I have to wait till I'm off strike though. Yeah. Sunshine says, I know body loves copper. Yeah, it needs copper, but many other metals are extremely harmful inside the human body. Absolutely. You saw it too, Black Spring with Autumn? What's the name of that guy? Jay with Open Eye says, I'm sure the magnet shit is a psyop to bait. That's why you're using it to go conspiracy theory clown people who think something up with the poke. I would say it's a psyop, but I don't think my sister is a part of that psyop. I don't remember what the title of the vid is. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter, magnetized or not. Nothing they can do can convince me to get the poke and to think that the poke is good. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I would never get the poke. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. So yeah, guys, that's what I have for the day. And you all were saying it's a self-aware. I don't know if it's a chip, Sunshine. It's a tentacled creature-looking thing that moves on its own. I have no idea if it's a chip. I don't know what it is. Far be it for me to even try to explain it. Yeah, Blackbird Spring with Autumn is going to go look for it. So thanks. Oh, Edu says, I think the rush to get so many people snapped it's possible before birth defects occur. It's possible. Jimmy Newton says in the future, SNAP is a new way to indoctrinate people. They will think differently without even knowing it. Who knows, man? Black Spring says she saw it on Cougar Meets Jones 1.0 IG page. Also, there have been baby died of their mother after getting the SNAP. Yeah, I mean, that's happening. That's why the FDA is saying they want those studies done. My question is, why would they allow it? Why would they approve it if they still have studies to be done? Why would they allow it? I mean, it's not even a real pandemic. Whew. You know what I'm saying? It's not even 99.7% survival rate. So none of this sense of urgency makes any sense. None of this urgency makes any sense at all. Hold on. Hold on. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So, my question is, they found a SNAP for the dust so fast. Why don't they have a SNAP for HIV? Lupus. This has been around for decades, right? How was they able? That's how you know I'm tired. How were they able to create a SNAP for the Mandela 19 dust, but not all these other dusts? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. They don't have a dust for HIV, but they have all kind of treatments. You have to take all this medication for HIV. But not for, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they won't even entertain the idea of getting treatment for Mandela 19, right? There's other proven treatments out there for Mandela 19 that people have taken and have helped them get better, like the monoclonal antibodies, right? But why won't they just allow people to make their own decisions on what type of treatment they want to get? It only has to be the SNAP. Look at these guys. Look at that. Beasting. That's like 95. That's over 100 pounds right there. 2 plates, or is that 25-pound plates? And the other guy's carrying a kettlebell. That's what I'm talking about.
be a famous boxer?
Am I a famous boxer?
Well, you could be, yeah.
No. No, I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be.
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah. He said, "No, I'm walk back down with this thing." Hey, man. Beasting. That's one thing I say about Cali, though. Hey, look, nobody's wearing a mask. I haven't seen anybody wear a face flag up here today. Very encouraging. Yep, nope. No face flags. No face flags. I think people are getting over this shit. A month ago, 90% of the people up here were wearing face flags. I don't know if y'all remember me talking about it. I haven't seen anybody wear a face flag up here today yet. And they're not cowering in the corner when people pass them. You know what I'm saying? Very encouraging to see that people are not living in so much fear of this shit anymore. Oh. Spoke too soon. First flag of the day. And he's not even wearing it right. He's half on his face. Whatever, it is what it is. Oh yeah, go ahead and share it, Black Spring. I don't mind.
NFL Sunday. NFL? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good question, Jimmy Nguyen. Since it can change our sales structures, you know, it's basically having our cells create shit that our body is not designed to create. Why not cure cancer? Good question. Who's Karen?
I did, because they don't really, they'll talk about the ones that are like, you know, they'll post the things and they don't really talk about what they actually do. Like, sometimes when I'm thinking, hey, I'm like, nigga, this is what you talk about this whole time.
Chris rather says, sounds like they're trying to create a symbiote type creature. That's funny. Sunshine says, turn biomatter into artificial intelligence by going after components of the DNA strand itself. Who knows? Who knows what their real goal is? Now they say, this is what they say. They say that the cell destroys the RNA as soon as it gets the instructions. How we know that? So we're just gonna believe that? I ain't believing shit these people tell me. Period. Hey. Karen, the lady who wanted the manager. Whew. Yeah. Inconsistent fools, y'all. Be wary of them. You start putting your faith in them, and they'll lead you toward a path of slavery. Like I said, these fools, ABL, Hold on. ABL, Brandon Tatum, Jericho Green, and Megan McGlover start a live stream talking about how we're not oppressed in this country, and proceed to talk about how we're oppressed in this country. Like, I can't make this shit up, right? They're constantly telling us, you're not oppressed. You know, oh, there's no such thing as police brutality, all this, that, and the third. But then we'll point to evidence of that very thing in their videos. I don't understand how these people are still taken seriously. You get on here on YouTube saying that bullshit, and then you whine about how these mandates are, you know, it's tyranny, and talking about the tyranny in the land. Well, what do tyrants do but oppress people? I don't understand how people give these clowns money time and time again when they are constantly throwing them under the bus. They're leading you right to the wheel of the bus. I don't understand it. And I was sad to see Megan McGlover on that live stream with those guys. They just snatched up, because she went viral. Hold on. Megan McGlover went viral, basically telling Joe Biden to kiss her ass when he said he's losing his patience. His patience is wearing thin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but it was hilarious video. I even think I posted it on my community tab. It was perfect. It was very real what she said. But, you know, people like ABL and Brandon Tatum, they have to try to recruit these people to the right, as if there's any more freedom on the right than there is on the left. You know what I'm saying? It's very sad, really. It's sad to see that. It's sad to see them getting people on their side that could potentially be on the side of true freedom. You know? Very sad. Like, with a voice like Megan McGlover's, she could have been part of the truth freedom movement. But instead now, she's just a red pill. She's just another red pill who can't see the stars or the forest for the trees. Y'all know what I'm saying. I had my ginkgo biloba this morning, but I'm still kind of, you know, fucked up. Hold on. Does anybody know if Youngrippa59 is a Republican?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Tamiko Anderson says at Tyron Bain TDOA, AIDS AHF is a virus, aka different, aka meaning different things. Ebola, bile, CA in the bloodstream. Packing fudge pushes the bile back into the stomach, which distributes back into the veins. Wow. Pushing fudge. I see what you're saying. You're saying it's basically a bacterial infection. Right? Oh, good looking Black Spring with Autumn. She just posted my book, The Seeds of that Dark Matter. Disease. It's on Amazon right now. Y'all can go cop that. You can get the ebook or you can get the hard copy. It's a really good book. It's scary, but it's good. Y'all can cop that on Amazon. And let me know if y'all interested in an autograph copy. I can get y'all one of those too. That's funny. Jimmy Nguyen is funny. ABL got an L because he can't spell ABC. That's funny. Notice that how they don't cover police killing people and not wearing face flags. Yes, bullshit. Like the female who had audacity to tell me I must put the face flag on. I don't have the Kool-Aid, Snapple, and chips in my system. Right. Yeah, black ass ABL speaking on Haiti like a Karen, no doubt. Black Spring Autumn posted the tentacle organism. So you can go to Instagram and check that out. I saw it on Facebook. The idiot Lucas want people to get Snap, but he also don't want to get one. Yeah, he's full of shit. Like the Snap are every and you can get it now. He's acting like the Snap are rare now. He's an idiot. Look, either the clown shoe Lucas is an idiot or he's intellectually dishonest. And if he's intellectually dishonest, that makes him worse than being an idiot. At least if he was an idiot, he would have an excuse. But if he knows what he's doing, and he knows he's misleading people and misrepresenting what's going on, you know that's worse than him being an idiot. Oh, okay, James Miller. That's my... See, okay, all right. James Miller says, speaking of ABL, when he talked about the anti-DeSantis ad on the vid, the man said, anybody who likes the vid are the same folk that say ACAB and use cops to enforce mandates. I'm like, why you support cops? Because, listen, James, cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. If he stops supporting police, he'll lose money. You know what? I'm going to chalk it up to intellectual dishonesty all around the board. These people know. ABL knows. Brandon Tatum knows that the cops are enforcing mandates. They know that cops are enforcing tyranny. They know it. And yet, they still throw their lot behind them. So I call it intellectual dishonesty, point blank in the period. Megan will find out who the players are. Unfortunately, I think she will be plateaued with alliances. Yeah, I think that, and I saw a few of her video titles. I didn't watch any of the videos, any other video other than that viral one, the short one. And it's already looking like she was probably already red pilled before she even came into contact with Brandon Tatum. She might even have already been a part of, Turning Point or Blexit. I have no idea. So I don't know enough about her. But, I talked about the red pill bullshit. Every time a celebrity, especially a black celebrity, starts becoming freedom-minded or expressing freedom in subtle little ways or whatever, like wearing a t-shirt or questioning the hokey pokey or saying that she's not just going to take the hokey pokey just because the Met Gala wants her to. Like, just because that doesn't mean that they're fucking Republicans, okay? That don't mean they need to get red pilled. That means they need to get clear pilled. That means that they need to move over further toward freedom. And that's it. That's it. James Miller says, by the way, Snap, Youngrippa never been a Republican. He's only been leftist, then turned into an anarchist and libertarian or ANCAP. That's what's up. My kind of guy. My kind of guy. Tatum, ABL, take a check to say something. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I like Tazo. That's my guy. I'm a moderator for Tazo. Blasphemy Autumn says, I think Tamika Hamilton was the link to Tatum in the ABL alliance. Oh, Tamika Hamilton, I'm not familiar with her. You know what I do like? I like that other chick. What's her name? The one that Brandon Tatum hates so much. She was a felon and Trump got her a pardon. I forget, what's her name? Angela Stanton King. I feel like Angela Stanton King is a little more consistent than ABL and Brandon Tatum, even though she's a Republican, even though she's running for political office as a Republican. I feel like she'd be a lot more receptive to becoming a freedom lover. I like Angela Stanton King, even though they don't like her because she's not kissing the police ass. You know, she knows brutality, police brutality exists. She knows the shit. She's familiar with it. She's not, you know what I mean? Yeah, TPUSA are definitely grifters, and they like to use black people, black tokens, to push their narratives. You know what I'm saying? And I believe what the amazing Lucas said when he said that Charlie Kirk and what's her name? Candace Owens didn't know how to respond to something. So she's asking Charlie Kirk, how do I respond to this? What do I say? I actually believe that. I believe that part. I believe it. Now, I don't believe that that's why he turned on Turning Point. No, I think he's a little too, you know, shit like that. You know, he don't care about that. He's just using that now that he's against them. He wants to now use that as ammunition against him. So, you know, he's that type of person who, you know, instead of calling the shit out right then and there and blowing it up to the whole world when it happened, he's going to use it for later. You know what I'm saying? He's like that. He's that type of person. They hold on to shit, you know what I'm saying, and wait until the perfect opportunity or until you turn against them. They won't hold it against you before you turn against them. But as soon as you speak out against them, oh, here I come with this bullshit. Don't ever trust people like that. Don't trust people that hold on to shit that they know could be damaging. That's foul. Like if people are doing foul shit, and you know them and you have some relationship with them, and they're doing you know they're doing foul shit, and you just are like, oh, well, you know what? I'm a turn a blind eye to it. I'm not going to speak on it until they piss me off. No, you call them out. You call them out on that shit. Maybe you step to them face to face. Yo, what's up with that? I don't appreciate that. And if they bust your balls about it, then you come out immediately. Why are you waiting until you have a problem with these people to now all of a sudden you have a problem? Now you want to tell us about Charlie Kirk with his hands up Candace Owens' ass? No, miss me with that. You didn't give a shit. If you did, you would have said something then. Jimmy Jr. says, remember how they hate cancel culture, yet they kick out Brandy Love exactly because she's a porn star. They're full of shit. That's what I'm talking about. These people are full of shit. It's cognitive dissonance. They don't really care that she's a porn star. They don't want. These people are full of shit. Like I really dislike these people. You know what I mean? 902 repping, do you think that the situation in Afghanistan can get so bad that the United States will be obligated to take command again? Of course. They're going to want it to. Yeah, they don't. There's too much shit in Afghanistan that they love. The lithium, the opium, you know what I'm saying? And the perfect strategic position to keep Pakistan in check. Like, come on. Yeah, of course they're going to find a way. J.D. Miller said Jimmy Nguyen, they need people to, like Maj Toure, Colin Noir, that are more freedom-minded. You know what? Colin Noir he's a compromiser, man. He compromises a little bit. Just like that guy from Langley Outdoor, Virginia. Langley Outdoor Academy. What's his name? Braden? Like, he's a compromiser too. Like, if you accept any gun law, then you're a compromiser. Like, if you're okay with the background checks as they exist now, like he's okay with background checks, you're a compromiser. I can't, I'll watch your videos, just because you putting out some good information, But when you compromise, I can't take you seriously. If you're a compromiser on any freedom, I can't take you seriously as a freedom lover. If you say shit like the Constitution gives us this right and that right, then you don't know what you're talking about. Awake I Am says, haha. Also, like Cenk, he was saying stop war in the Middle East, stop the government machine. Look at him now, pro-snap mandate and other BS. Yeah, they're all full of shit. Republicans, Democrats, they're all full of shit. Even when the Republicans win again, I'm going to pray we don't get back in there. Man, let's hope not. They are planning to bring troops back to Afghanistan. Yeah, I know. It's never going to end. And they made sure of that. They made sure it was an atmosphere. They left it in an atmosphere where we can't really remove ourselves from the situation without there being too much chaos. So we have to stay there, Yeah, if you would like to support your boy, Snapzilla Gorilla, if you like, Tyrant's Bane, go ahead and hit that link, man. Hit that link and get a book. You know what I mean? I'm not begging for money. I'm not asking for donations. I'm asking you guys I'm a capitalist. You buy something, you get something. You know what I mean? Not to say that people getting donations are bad. I agree. I actually agree with the donation situation. But that's a way you can support your boy. Starship Trooper, yeah, no doubt. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna finish up my work here so I can get home. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed yet. And, y'all just stay up, man. Y'all go out there, get your work in, get the workout in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all staying on point with your health. Stay on point with your physical conditioning. Boost your immune system. All that good stuff, man. These aren't just cliches and talking points, man. This is real shit. Like, this shit works. This shit works, man. Like, staying fit. Just don't overtrain. Listen to your body. If you're super sore, recover. You know what I'm saying? Give your body a chance to recover and heal. But when you're ready, when you got that energy, go out there and get it. You know what I mean? Get your sleep. Make sure you're getting good sleep. All that good shit, man. You want to be on point. To me, that's the best way to fight any ailment in my mind. You know what I mean? You just got to work on it. And like I said, there's some times where you can't. There's some things you can't exercise out of you. There's certain things that no matter how much good food you eat and how healthy you are, it's still going to get. It's not. There are things out there that are terminal, right? But they're very rare. They're very rare, right? And a lot of it is genetic. A lot of it is genetic. And a lot of it has to do with, morbidity, comorbidities, and like being obese and all that other shit. Obese. Just stay on top of your health, y'all. And, keep your mind clear, right? Stay positive. Don't be stressing out over bullshit you can't control. And even the shit you can't control, you can control it. So why stress over it? You can do something about it. Instead of stressing and being all sad and in fear of everything, do something about it. Do something to bring about change in your life. For the betterment of your life. That's what you got to do. Stay on point. And I just saw somebody, this car right here. Nobody in the car with her. Windows all the way up. wearing a face flag. For why? Why? I just need people to wake up, man. I need people to wake up. Anyway, much love, and let's keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.